everyone. Thanks for coming in for this session. And, I'm really delighted to talk about one of our initiatives at Climate Collective Foundation and a new idea that we have that I wanted to share with everyone. Climate Collective, we are a nonprofit who works to support climate tech startups in the global south. We believe in really taking the ecosystem approach to supporting climate tech startups. And this is the ecosystem that we've built. So everything from ideation stage to get more entrepreneurs into building climate tech businesses, to supporting businesses in early stage to scale up, help them connect with corporates, investors, and so on and so forth. So this is some of the glimpse of the ecosystem that we've built. And we want to now enable this ecosystem through technology. So I think one of the key things that we've been seeing through our work is that there is a whole gap around sharing of data. So even in the discussions today and all the sessions that I was part of, one of the key things that was coming out is that how can we share data? Everybody from startups to investors to corporates are looking for more data, open data access, which would facilitate better value-added services. That's basically our platform, Mosambi, a platform that leverages technology and community to provide customized value-added services for all climate tech startup stakeholders. This is the first phase, and we have taken up the startup and investor journey as our first use case, and we are funded by the Salesforce Foundation for this. Now, what does this, just a snapshot of what this would look like, what this would look like is investor needs is understanding technology and the impact created, for example, and then the data shared by investors is technologies of interest, impact KPIs of interest. So if they share this in an open format, then it would be easy to provide value-added services by stakeholders and enterprise support organizations like us, like, for example, technical due diligence reports, investor education, content, master classes, impact assessment for startups, which would help investors to make better impact decisions. In the future, we would like to focus on all of the other ecosystem engagement as well. The startup journey is complex, as we all know. And there are so many value-added services that a startup founder requires across the startup journey. So Mosambi comprises of three main elements: value-added services that are provided by all of the stakeholders in the ecosystem, like investors, corporates, etc. Data platform, which is really the heart of Mosambi that I would like to talk about after, and a community of stakeholders who come together. So value-added services, what do they look like? Some of the examples are Reimagine Pitch Days, Investor Connects, Investor Startup, Open Office Hours, Trusted Data Room, Credits Platform, and so on. Data sharing is really the most important thing. I'm sure all of us, 20% at least of the time spent is trying to find the right data to share across. I'm sure investors are looking at how do we get better data access to startups, what do they do, what are their impact KPIs, and so on. What we want to do is to reduce the friction leading to lower search costs, and which would be facilitated by data privacy rules, which would build up trust in the ecosystem, etc. So we want to facilitate Mosambi Passport, which has these three key tools. Ecosystem data, so we invite all stakeholders to come and share data in a manner that's governed by same rules that apply for everyone, so that it's more open and there is trust in the ecosystem, and which will facilitate better data sharing. We also want to do this through a community, because the journey can get very lonely. So for example, if you're an investor, you really need a community for better data sharing, better facilitated discussions between your peers to know where the market is going, where the demand is, and so on. And so a community would just make the journey much easier. What is the impact that we want to create is faster innovation reaching the market, reduce search cost for all stakeholders, and a level playing field for enterprise support organizations to come together, whichever domain that the ESO is in, whichever part, underrepresented regions if the ESO in, they would be better equipped to come access the open data and share their value-added services. The reason why I was so excited to present this at this conference is that our call to action from all of the ESOs here is that Mosambi is a platform that's envisioned to be driven by ESOs to come on the platform, share data, share your value-added services, and it is for ESOs to make all of the data sharing easier, reduce search costs, and help the SGBs that we all want to help. I invite you all to share your thoughts because this is pretty much in the design phase right now with a launch by early next year. So I want to know what are your thoughts on coming on such a platform which is non-competitive, governed by the same rules, which will help the entire ecosystem because we don't want to be alone in this ecosystem. We really want that the ecosystem is open, everybody collaborates, and there is no real competition. And if collaboration will lead to the success of more and more innovations reaching the market in a better way. So thank you.